Church of the Visitation. History. The church is mentioned in a document from the 23rd of June 1291, which confirms the right of patronage of the Doksani monastery to Horní Police. The first documented account of the parish appears in 1358, when a new parish priest named Jakub is first presented. Police was conquered by the Hussites in 1426, and it must be assumed that the church was completely destroyed. After the Hussite wars, further evidence of the appointment of a parish priest does not appear until 1600. The pilgrimage site is said to be related to a wooden statue of the pregnant Virgin Mary, which was found on the bank of the Pločnice River in 1523. According to oral tradition, a pair of pious hands pulled the statue to the shore and accepted it as a heavenly gift. The statue was brought to the church, and believers started to come to Horní Police to pray to it. So much for the legend. Historical background to this legend indicates that Martin Luther's Protestant teachings had started spreading to this region from Germany via Saxony at about the same time. Influenced by the new teachings, people ceased to revere Mary's images and statues. Sometimes they even discarded them, which is probably what happened to the above-mentioned statue of the Mother of God. Thus, the substance of the legend regarding the way it was salvaged from the river may have been a historical fact. A sculpture of Virgin Mary was then erected on the site of the discovery in 1714, whose appearance is very much the same as that of the salvaged statue. It is two-faced, one face looking towards the chateau, the other towards the church. As the number of arriving pilgrims grew, the church proved to be too small. Such was the recorded influx in 1682 that the parish priest, Michael Gabriel Janč, together with the lord of the estate, Jan Jiří Hertich, appealed to the owner and patron of the church, Julius Franz, Duke of Saxe-Lauenburg, to have the church extended. The latter compiled with the request and summoned Julius Brogio, a Litoměřice builder, who started building a new church in 1688. After the death of her father, Julius František, in 1689, the estate was taken over by his daughter, Anna Maria Františka, who completed the construction. However, it was soon apparent that the new church was not spacious enough, which is why Anna Maria decided to further enlarge the building. The new construction began in 1717. The construction work was completed in 1725. A sacristy and side aisles were added to the church, and the central nave was surrounded by ambulatory chapels. In 1721, a rear building of the rectory, the so-called Kaplanka, was built, and in 1724, a connecting wing was built between the rectory and the Kaplanka. Numerous pilgrims would come here not only on the octave of the Feast of the Visitation, but also on other Marian feasts. Thus the Duchess decided to upgrade the parish to an archdeaconry. She established a foundation for one archdean and 4 chaplains. The period between 1730 and 1760 registered the highest attendance. There is no doubt that Marienská Police was the most visited place in northern Bohemia. Between 1779 and 1808, the Archdean of Horní Police was Wenzel Hocker, who was an unconventional cleric who became the subject of many tales and anecdotes, and later even inspired some books and dramas in which he appeared under the alias of Hockenwanzel. In 1861, the owner of the estate, Emperor Ferdinand, had the church renovated. Further repairs were carried out by Archdeacon Josef Stejskal with the help of volunteers from among the faithful during his entire tenure from 1954 to 2014. Since 2018, the site has been undergoing a general restoration with European Union funds. The restored church and bell tower were opened in 2020 and are visited by both pilgrims and tourists. Both the grounds and the church building impress with their imaginative and colourful design of the last reconstruction from the 1820s designed by the Tuscan imperial builder Václav Špaček. On the main altar there are two relic figures. Anna Maria Františka of Tuscany had the relics of the old Christian martyrs transferred to the church in 1724 and 1731. The church boasts a precious organ, originally from 1706, and 3 bell towers, the work of Peter Rudolf Manošek from 2019. There is a museum exhibition in the church gallery which entices visitors. The miracles of Horní Police. The miracles of Horní Police were not renowned for some last-minute interventions, but patients owed their cure to their own profound faith and personal courage with which they entrusted their fate in Our Lady of Horní Police. Let us take, for example, the case of Matěj Hossa, a citizen of Zákupy, who had been taken prisoner during the 30 Years' War and chained to the stake in Uštěk. As a regular visitor to Horní Police and a firm believer, he appealed to the Mother of God for help. His plea was heard. When the guard fell asleep, he freed himself and escaped to Horní Police, with the chain still attached to his body. As he approached the church, the chains suddenly fell off. He thanked the Virgin Mary, and to this day the chains have been preserved in the cloister as proof of the miracle. As many as 160 miracles have been recorded in the parish chronicle. The last documented miracle was the cure from paralysis of a 2-year-old boy, Edmund Grohman, from Dolní Chřibska in 1864.